Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I will be explaining and solving the revision pack. So in the first question, or let's say in the first page that we have here, we have questions that we need to write their equation. We don't need to solve, only we need to write the equation. So the first question says that last Saturday, Emily practiced her dance routines for the upcoming competition. She spent some time practicing her tap routine. This is the first type. And then she spent 17 minutes practicing her hip hop routine. So we have two different types. In all, she practiced for 45 minutes. So as we said, when we need to write the equation, first step we are looking for is the total, okay? So here when they say in all, this is the total, which is 45 minutes. So now we always go and start with the right side, which is easier for us. So I know that it's equal to 45. Now we complete reading to check the extra information that we have. They said here, let T be the number of minutes that Emily practiced her tap routine, which is the first type. So the first type, how many minutes? We don't know. It says it's T. So we place here T. And then the second type, we have 17 minutes. So plus 17. In total, as we said, it's equal to 45 minutes. So that was the first equation. Now, question number 2. In Mr. Hamilton's classroom, there are 16 supply boxes in the cabinet. So 16 boxes we have. Each supply box contains the same number of markers. And there are 192 markers in all. So this is the total, 192 markers. Now, let M be the number of markers in each supply box. Write an equation. Okay, so as we said before, we start with the total, 192 markers. So it's equal to 192. They said let M be the number of markers in each supply box. How many boxes do we have? 16 boxes. How many markers we have in each box? We have M. So here we have the word each, okay? When we say each, it means we have equal numbers in each part, so it means it's multiplied. So 16 boxes, in each box, there is M markers. So we multiply it by M. So 16 times M equal 192. If we need to simplify it, but it's not that important, you just multiply 16 by M. Will be 16 M equal to 192 markers in total. Next question. Maya brought some orange slice for her volleyball team to eat between games. They divided, this is important, they divided the orange slices equally among 8 team members. So in a team we have 8 members. We are dividing the things that we have equally. So each team member got 6 orange slices. Okay. Let S be the number of orange slices Maya brought. So S is the total here, the one that she brought, but here we have the answer, which is each member got 6. So let me use the answer as 6 here. Like the answer was 6 slices for each member. Now, how many we have the total? It says S. She brought S slices. This is the total. And then we divided them equally. So it means we do divide. How many members do we have? We have 8 members. So she brought S. And then we divide them by 8 members. So equally, each member will get 6 slices. Okay. Now in this question, it says determine whether the given value is a solution. Right is or is not. And also we need to show our work. Now, normally we have equations and we solve them to find the value. But here in this question, as you can see, we already have the value, x equals 7. So what do we need here to do? We need to check if it is a solution or not. Like this value might be not correct. So how do we check? Very easy. We have x equals 7. Take the value of x, substitute it in the equation. So how to show my work in the exam? I do minus 20, and then I substitute the value of x. Instead of x, I put plus 7. And then we find the answer. We don't copy the minus 30. No, we find the answer and then we check. So minus 20 plus 7, as you remember, like at the beginning of the year, we studied that. If they have two numbers, they have different signs, I subtract them. 20 minus 7, 13. And then I take the sign of the biggest value. 20 is bigger, so it's minus. Now I compare the value that I found. Is it similar to this answer? Yes, it is. So is x equals 7 a solution? Yes. So I write is. So after I show my work, I write is. It means x equals 7. It is a solution. Now, the second part, the same thing. Y equal to minus 15. So instead of y here, I substitute by minus 15. So minus 15 over 3 plus 5. We need to find the answer of this. Now, minus 15 divided by 3 is equal to, so 15 divided by 3 is 5, and then we place the minus. Now, minus 5 plus 5, or 5 minus 5, is 0. Now let's compare this value that we got. Is it equal to this one? No. So here actually I explained my answer, so I write it is not. So is not a solution. Now the last part, 12z minus 6 equal to 10 multiplied by z. Same thing, z is equal to 3. Here we have two z values, so we substitute them. The first one we have 12z. So remember that when we don't have here any sign between them, actually it's multiplication. It's 12 times z. So I do here 12 times 3, and then we have the minus 6. Now you put the equal sign and you work out the second part alone. Equal to 10, and then times, instead of z, we put 3. Now I need to find the value of the first part here. 12 times 3, 36, minus 6 is 30. Now we solve the second part. 10 times 3, 30. Now we check, is it correct? 30 equal 30? Yes, it is. It means z equal 3 is a solution. Now, question 5. Solve it. Now it says solve, not write, solve. Solve each equation and show your work clearly. So we know that in order to solve any equation, I need to find the value of the variable, the letter here. So to find the value of the letter should be isolated. So it should be alone. So I need to remove everything next to the variable. How to remove them? We should do the opposite. Now, the first question I have here x. What do I have next to it? I have 51.49, but it's a plus between them. So what's the opposite? Yes, it's minus 51.49. So to show my work, I always write the step, circle it. So I understand that I need to do minus 51.49 for both sides, okay? Left and right. Now on the left side, this one will be removed. I will have only x equal to minus 5 0.27, and then minus 51.49. Now, for some of you, it's hard to do it like this, so you can write it as a column vector. But here we need to check. This is minus, this is minus. They have the same sign, so I should add them. Now let me write them. We have 5.27, and there's space, like you can use like the right side of the paper to write this. And then you place it, but make sure that you place it in the correct order. So I recommend you to use the decimal point, like place it underneath, and then complete. After the decimal point, I have 1, 5, 1, 5, and here we have 4, 9. Since they have the same sign, minus, minus, I need to add them. Now let's add them. 7 and 9, 16. 6, we carry 1. 4 and 2, 6 and 1, 7. We place the decimal point now. 5, 1, 6. And then 5. So x equal to 56.76. Now this is bigger. We take the sign of it, it's minus. So x equal to minus 56.76. Next one. X over 10 equal to minus 15. Now what do I have next to x? I have over 10. We said that the fraction line means divide. So what is opposite of divide by 10? Yes, exactly, it's times 10. So I will multiply by 10 in both sides. So here I will have x. Here I will have minus 15 times 10, which is equal to minus 150. Next question I have 48 equal to 12x. 12x, as we said that, here it's 12 times x. So what is opposite of times 12? Divided by 12. So that's what I will do on both sides. So here I will have x, and then 48 divided by 12 is 4. So x equal 4, or 4 equal x, same thing. Now for the last one, I have 9 over 7 equal to x over 21. X is divided by 21, so I multiply by 21. So I will have 21 times 9 over 7 equal to x. Now for this one, we have many methods to solve that. You can choose the easiest one for you. So first of all, I need to multiply fraction by a real number. So we know that how do we multiply fraction? It's not 21 times 9 and then 21 times 7. No. To multiply fraction, I should make this one fraction too. So I make it over 1. It's still the same value. It's 21. How do we multiply fraction? It's 21 times 9 and then 1 times 7. Numerators multiply and then denominators you multiply them. But if I need to multiply 21 times 9, it might be a little bit big. So it's easier if we do cancellation first. Or we can say that we start from division first, like 21 divided by 7. Now let me do cancellation. 21 and 7, both of them can be divided by 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 21 divided by 7 is a 3. So I simplify it. Now I have 3 times 9. Let me write the answer here. 3 times 9 is 27. And then over I have 1 times 1, which is 1. But we know that over 1 is the same value. So x equal to 27. Now, question 6. Write an inequality that represents each number line. So each number line here, we need to write an inequality for it. So to write the inequality, first we check the circle. Here, the first circle is on 0. Let me place 0 here. And let me put here x. Some of you might ask, like, why x? You can use any variable. It doesn't have to be x. Now we put the variable here, the number on the right side. Now we check. So what are the variable? It means it has many values. So here we have from 0 and less to the left, okay? So it means the variable that I have should be less than 0. So I make it like this, x less than 0. Now I didn't finish. I need to check the circle. So the circle here is colored or shaded. It means that 0 is accepted as an answer. It means x is less than or equal to 0. We need to add this equal line. It means 0 is accepted here. Now, second one, let me use y. And then the circle is on 6. It's going to the right, increasing. So it's more than 6. Y is greater than 6. Now, should I put the equal sign? No, the circle is not colored. It's not shaded. So 6 is not accepted as an answer. I should have more than 6. Next one, again, we have 0. X. Now we have 0 is accepted and greater. So greater than, equal to 0. Last one, we have x. Put the circle, circle on 6. And going to the left, it's less than. And we don't put an equal sign. It's not colored or shaded. Now, question 7 and 8. We need to write an inequality. Only write an inequality, not solve. John was gifted a pack of crayons. He gave 13 to his friend. So he had at most 11 crayons. He had at most. Write an inequality to show what is left for him. What is left? Okay. So in the equation, we were starting with the total. Here we need to start with the inequality, like when they tell me the word that describe the inequality. Here it says at most. When I say at most, it's a little bit tricky. At most, it means I'm giving you the maximum value. So at most this value means we accept this value and less. So when we say at most, it means less than or equal to. At most what? 11. So what I have is less than or equal to 11. Now, let's read it again. John was gifted a pack of crayons. Okay, how many crayons do we have in the pack? I don't know. It's X. And then how much he gave his friends or his friend? 13. So he has the total and then he gave 13. And what's left for him was 11 or less because it's at most 11. So X minus 13 less than or equal to 11. This is the inequality. Now, question 8. Trevor takes up a test at school and completes it in an hour. The test has 2 sections. Okay, we have 2 sections. He took at least 35 minutes to complete the first section. Write an inequality. Okay, as I said, I need to start with the word that describes the inequality, which is at least. When I'm saying at least, for example, you need to get at least 60 to pass, let's say. So at least it means I'm giving you the minimum and we need more. So at least 35, it means I accept 35 and more. At least 35. So it's greater than or equal to when you see the word at least. Now here the test is given in minutes. The exam is 1 hour, so we need to convert it to hours. 1 hour means 60 minutes. So the exam is 60 minutes. And then The test has 2 sections. He took at least 35 minutes to complete it. So we have 60 minus the part that he finished, but we don't know how many it takes for him, so we put an X. Because the test has 2 sections, they said he took at least 35 minutes. So this is what is left. We have 60 minutes minus what he did, and we have at least 35 minutes. Okay. Now here we have the math teacher decided to write an equation to help him find the number of homework that he's given in a week. So we have this table, but first we need to check. We have number of weeks, W, and number of homework, H. They said, what is the independent variable? Independent variable, okay. So is it weeks or number of homework? It's weeks. Because number of weeks doesn't depend on anything. Like whatever, if we do or if we don't do anything, like the time is moving. So we have weeks, we have minutes, we have hours. So it doesn't depend on anything. But the number of homework, it depends on the number of weeks. Because like we know that it's obvious, like the more week that you have in the school, the more homeworks that you will get. So homework here depend on weeks. So the W is the independent variable, and the dependent variable is H, number of homework. Because when the number of weeks increase, the number of homework should increase too. Now we need to write the equation. For the equation, we said that first we put the dependent variable, which is H. Because the homework, to get it, I depend on the value of W. So H equal to, and then we put the independent here. Now here, I need to put a value. When I explained it in the previous worksheet, I said the value of 1 unit. What does that mean? So when the independent equal 1, I need to find the value of the dependent. So I need now the independent to be 1. But I check the table here, there's no 1 here. For the independent, I don't have 1 value. And if you check, there's only a first row. The first line, I have all the information, but the other one, I don't have. So the only row that I can use is that one. So in 3 weeks, 9 homeworks. Now I need the independent here to be 1. So how can I make it 1? I divide it by 3. So it will be 1 week now. So in 1 week, how many homework? Again, this is similar to the equation. Whatever you do on the left, you should do on the right. So here you should also divide by 3. And you will get 9 divided by 3 is a 3. So it means 3 homework in a week. And this is the number that we need to place here. So H equal to 3 times W, 3W. Now fill the table. Filling the table, it requires the equation, and we already now have it. Fill the table. Now, the number of weeks is 5. What's the number of homework? So W is 5. So now I go to the equation, and instead of W, I substitute by 5. What does that mean? Number of homework is equal to 3 times 5. So here we have 3 times 5, which is equal to 15. This is the answer. So in 3 weeks, we have 9 homework. In 5 weeks, we have 15 homework. Now, The other part, in the second one here, we have 21, but it's not the number of week, it's the number of homework. I have 21 homework. So again, I need to use the equation to solve this one. So instead of the homework h, I put 21. Again, by substituting. So 21 is equal to 3w. Now, you already studied how to solve an equation, and we have it actually in the previous questions. So I need w to be alone. So what do I have to do? I should divide by 3. So when you divide by 3, we'll cancel from here. And here you have 21 over 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So it's 7 weeks to have 21 homework. Now the last part, we have 9, which is w. So instead of w, you put 9. 3 times 9, 27 homework in 9 weeks. Okay, next question is ask me to graph. Let me remove this part. 15, 7, 27. Here I have 15, 7, 27. Okay, now to draw the graph, as you see here, there's a graph paper for you, but it's empty, there's nothing. First of all, I need to place the variables. We said that the vertical line or the vertical axis is always the dependent. The dependent here is number of homeworks. And the independent is number of weeks, W. Now, I don't have the numbers here. I need to find the scale. So let me start with W, the independent. I have 3, 5, 7, 9. So for number of weeks, the values are small. So I can move one by one, like 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9, okay? So I should make lines like this. And then number them. At the beginning here, always there's 0 here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. Can we extend it? Yes, but this is the last value that I need, 9. Now, when I check the second column here, 9, 15, 21, 27. Like the highest value is 27. So can I move like this? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's very long. I need 27 squares to make it. It's very long. So how much I should move for each step? We need to use in the equation. Remember in the equation it was h equal to 3w. So in each w, I'm increasing the value by 3. So use that value, okay? So use that value for the dependent. So 3, each time I will increase the 3. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and then 21, 24. Do we still need? Yeah, we need 1, 27. Now I need to, in order to graph, I need to place the point. So how do we get the points? From the table. The first point is 3, 9. W is a 3, Y is 9. Be careful, okay? W. W is a 3 here, from here. Y is 9, which is here, okay? So you go from 3, you go up till 9, you make the circle here. This is the point. This is 3, 9. Now the second point, 5, 15. So we start from W, it's 5. And I go up till 15. It's here. Next point, 7, 21. So this is 7. I go up till 21. Last point, 9, 27. X9, Y 27. And then at the end, I match them with a straight line. The straight line must cross all the points. Can I extend it? Yes, of course I can. So this is the line. Okay, so please just read the question carefully, understand what you have, what you are looking for, and then I think it's easy for you. You can do it. Good luck, study well, and if you have a question, you can ask me next week.